everyone, today I will be fixing the gear shifters on this Thustmaster TMX wheel. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is we need to loosen the wheel from the base, and what you need to do is there's a screw right here, and there's also one on the opposite side right here. So what you want to do is you want to loosen those two screws. Okay, so now that you've loosened these two screws, you can remove the steering wheel. It takes quite a bit of force. And what may have happened to you is that your two screws got stuck down in the base here. And to get those screws, you want to remove these four here and remove this piece, and then you can take them out easily. Okay, so now what you want to do is you want to remove, I believe there are 12 screws along the outside of the wheel, and you want to remove those screws now. Okay, 10 screws left. You have one down here at the bottom, then you have 3 here in the center, 4 on the outsides, and 2 by the shifter pedals. Now that you've undone all the screws, you can remove the front part. It comes off pretty easily. And there is a little wire here that connects the back of the steering wheel to the front. And you just want to pull that up. But be sensitive, because it could break easily. Now that we've opened the steering wheel, we want to remove this from the actual steering wheel itself, and to do that you just need to remove these 3 screws here. And also be careful not to really touch the surface of the green part, because it's electronic and you could mess it up a little bit. So just touch the sides of it. Alright, now we can remove this carefully. There we go. And be sure to keep this face down, because if you turn it over, all the buttons will fall out and you'll have to look at the manual again to see how to put them back in. Okay, so basically the issue is that you have the 2 mini switches here on the sides. These are responsible for the shifters, and they have a certain click span. So after you click them, I'd say about 1 million, 2 million times, they will stop working. And that is what has probably happened to your steering wheel, and definitely to mine. It's bound to happen at some point. And we're going to replace them with new mini switches. I will put a link in the description for the mini switches that we will use. So what we're going to do is the switch, it has like these 4 legs on the bottom side. And we're going to use the soldering iron to remove the metal that sticks the 2 together to remove the piece. So a quick update, what we did is we removed the old switch, which this is an example of the old switch over here. And then we soldered on the new switch. I'm not going to show you how to solder in this video, you probably already know how to do that. But yeah, it's pretty simple. One tip I have is usually the switches, they'll have like a certain bump or hole on one side of them, and that can help you with the direction you want to put it in. You want to make sure it faces to the right. So now to put the circuit board back in the steering wheel, you want to get the upper part of your steering wheel and then you want to set it in. There's 3 like slots here and it should fit in pretty nicely, and then take your 3 silver screws and put those ones in. Make sure you put them in the right hole, because if you put them in the wrong one, then reassembling the rest of the steering wheel won't work. And these silver screws, you don't have to tighten too hard because it's a circuit board and it could break it if you do it too much. There we go. Now to reconnect the front of the steering wheel, you want to reconnect the white switch. Simply just plug it in. And then once you've done that, you want to put it back on. It should kind of fit into place. There we go. And what I would recommend doing first is the inner 10 screws. So the ones behind the gear shifters on the main part and at the bottom here. Once you've done the inner 10 screws, you want to do the outer 12 screws along the edge of the steering wheel, and then you'll have fully put back together the steering wheel portion of it. Now that you've put together the front part of the steering wheel, you can attach it back to the base. So what you'll see is at the top of your steering wheel, you'll have like a hole, and in the base, you'll have a hole at the top as well, and you want to align those as you put it back on. There we go, and then you want to put in these last two screws. As before, one goes up here at the top and one goes at the bottom, and then you should be finished. Alright, and that's it. Hopefully you've learned something from this video, or maybe even been able to fix your TMX steering wheel. Anyways, thank you for watching. Please consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.